Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm so excited, y'all, about this call. And it's not just because I drank Energize on the way home. My kids are like, isn't that, what is that, Mom? I'm like, not yours. But no, I'm really, really excited to have Kimberley here tonight. Before I hand it over for her to speak, though, I want us to celebrate. So something that I want you to do is start typing right now in the chat something you want to celebrate this week. It could be in your personal journey. It could be in your business. But we need to take time to celebrate. Like, I've been working, as you guys know, with Brad Bijak. If you don't listen to his podcast, The Path to Mindset Mastery, he is so full of energy all the time, and it's legit. And I asked him, like, are you like on an energized drip? And he's like, no, I just am genuinely a happy person. And so he tells me whenever I'm on the phone with him, I have to immediately celebrate before I'm allowed to do anything else. And so I want you to start doing it now, or I'm going to call you out, because everybody needs to type something they're thankful for. Like, I'm really thankful for that cute baby that's on the call that I'm looking at right now, that Emily's here with. So cute. So many cute babies. If Elizabeth's here, I don't see her, because I only have the top strip across. But what can we celebrate? Angie hitting Ruby. Yeah, girl. Angela broke even this month, starting a 3-day IGTV training on waking up early and starting your day right. That's awesome, girl. Kimberley, morning workouts every day with her husband. That's amazing. And your husband's almost a diamond. Yay. And I'm so grateful you're here too. Sarah signing up a new coach tonight. Yeah. Tasha tracked her nutrition every day this week, had a total breakthrough with the emotional eating. Oh, that's so good, girl. And she cycled this week, which is awesome. 2 workouts, Emily. I've been seeing you working out. Is Millie your neighbor? Yeah, that's awesome. So fun when you get to work out together. Sarah's on day 25 of 100. Megan choosing to be present even though the day was crazy. That's good. That's awesome. Sarah made it through this week with the start of school and swimming lessons, tracking nutrition this week. I'm pumped because I did half of workout 20 before my toddler almost pulled my pants down because he was so mad at me, but I did half. So I'm done with phase 1. I might do the second half tomorrow before I do 21. I'm a little afraid of those one-legged burpees you guys have been showing me. That's the one negative of being a little bit behind everybody. You're like, oh, I got to do that. But
dude, like, tell your balance to hold its breath now, because holy smokes.
Oh, so many good things. I'm really excited. My second business center reached diamond. So you're looking at, I got my 2-star back for the first time in 3 years, y'all. It's been a good uphill climb though, because the foundation of this team is so solid. This is what I want for all of you. And I don't want it to have to take you 3 years to get it. So the beauty is we've got the foundation for you to hit it sooner than that because of how much growth that's been happening, which I'm so blown away. I didn't know it was going to happen. I checked my phone this morning and I was like, Courtney, I went diamond. He's like, I'm married to a 2-star again. He's all excited. Let's see. Juliana stuck to her meal plan except for one day. That's awesome, girl. And you know what? Weekends, it's okay. So I wanted to be really consistent this week. So good. I don't want to miss anybody. Tasha finally made an appointment for, I'm so glad you guys can have that time. Y'all keep typing them, keep celebrating. I'm so, so excited. Y'all, there's so many things to be grateful for. And I'm so thankful tonight to have Kimberley here. I'm going to read a little bit about her background, and I'm going to tell you why I want you to have a pen and paper out and to take notes and also to ask questions, because success leaves clues. I'm sure you've heard that before. But stories like leave a pathway, and her story is amazing. And the reason I remember a few years back, we did a group called Operation Duplication for summer, and a group of coaches to help people who wanted to advance to 2-star. I was so nervous to be in that group because I was a newbie in being a 2-star. I had just reached that, and I felt like a fish out of water in this group with a lot of 15 stars and 10 stars. And we leaned in together and led a call together one night, because if you want to grow, you have to get uncomfortable. You just have to say yes, sign up, and figure it out. Like when it comes to leading. And I remember leading together, and I remember feeling like so good and like connecting with this girl that I didn't even know, but I was like connecting with her in this group as we were leading in. And then through Team Courage back then, she started to share some of her story because some things had happened in her life. And she did a webinar with Summer, and she shared some of the things were ways that she was growing. And it really touched my heart to the way that she was authentic and sincere and kept priorities first, which is important, but didn't give up on the things that mattered and the dreams that she had. And then if you guys do not follow her, because you will gain so much inspiration. Every time I see her journey, not only her fitness journey, but the way she's a mom and a wife and she shares her faith, it's inspiring. And I know she's fought through a lot. It's not easy. She doesn't sugarcoat it, but she's very authentic and she's proud of where she's going, and also like not embarrassed about where she's been. And I think that holds us back in our journey, is shame of what we've gone through sometimes, where we want to hide because maybe we'd fallen off and we don't want to have to come back again. But all that does is cheat the people that you can serve of getting an experience of you. And so, you know, I'm just really excited for her to come and share her story with you guys and what clicked for her, and just lean in and ask questions. But a little bit about Kimberley. She's 35-year-old wife and girl mama, a Montessori teacher turned stay-at-home mom, full-time coach. She's a lifetime 2-star, almost back. You got it, girl. You'll be there. She's a thrill seeker, tattoo lover. We should go together because I'm due for another one. You can come with me and Sarah. I just signed her up. Glitter thrower, sapphire to the max. She's lost 83 pounds with Beachbody, lover of all of her nutrition tools, believer that all things must be done for God's glory before he blesses them. So excited for you to be here tonight. So I'm going to hand it over. And like I said, you guys use the chat, ask questions, you know, be inspired. I got my pen. I'm ready to take notes. I'm going to stop. The Energizers really got me excited. So thank you for being here, girl.
Oh my goodness. Okay. First of all, can you guys hear me? Because I'm out in my garage. You can hear me? Okay. If for any reason it gets choppy or whacked, just let me know and I'll go inside. But my husband is doing bedtime and I'm trying not to interfere with that situation. Thank God for spouses who support us, right? So first of all, thank you so much for having me on tonight. I haven't spoken on somebody else's team call in like a year. So it felt really cool when Kelly reached out and asked me to do this. I was like, oh my gosh, people want to hear from me. I'm real. And I know that seems weird, but I thrive on recognition and like just being a part of the party. So this felt really cool. So thank you. And what a special day when you go back to Star to be here with you. So I'm probably a week right behind you. That's awesome. I want to tell you guys just a little bit about who I am really quickly. Kelly gave you a little bit of a rundown of sort of like my Beachbody background, but I started as a coach in February of 2015. I was 223 pounds. I was on cholesterol medication, antidepressants, anti-anxiety. I was pre-diabetic. And I signed up to be a coach, to like coach other people, because why not? Like that sounded like a really good time in my life to tell other people what they should be doing about their health. I signed up on February 19th as a coach. I went Emerald on February 21st, and I quit my job as a teacher on February 23rd. So if you have any idea what a sapphire is as far as personalities go, and I know you do because we teach that, I am like that to like the nth degree, because I was like, oh, a party. Like, I'm going to do that instead of having a consistent teaching income. That sounds like a great idea. And then I quit my job 4 days after I signed up to be a coach. Still obviously had a ton of weight to lose at that time, had no idea what I was doing with the business. And my first 2 coaches did not include my husband, because my coach didn't know what she was doing. If your husband or your spouse or your mother are not signed up yet, like, what are you doing with your life? And I decided to go all in. I went diamond in 6 weeks. I went 2-star qualifying within a year. I sponsored 6 diamonds in 2016, not all at the same time, because, you know, stars don't like to align like that. But I really took ownership of this business and what it was doing for my life and for my family. That said, in 2016, I lost my cousin to a terrible car accident where he was thrown from a drunk driver's car and run over. And he was my best friend growing up, and he was the only person in my entire extended family who loved me for who I was and didn't try to change me when I was overweight, and didn't try to tell me I was weird when I was the one going for good grades. And he was gone. And I was left with all of the Jerry Springer family members. So that was a really sad time. I had just finished the Ultimate Reset, had incredible results, and completely binged through myself back into eating all the things. And I've struggled with alcohol since I was 15 years old, and that was the time where it became a serious problem toward the end of 2016. Between his death, which was September 25th, 2016, also my husband's birthday, so it's really fun celebrating on the day that your cousin was killed. That comes up every year. Between September 25th, 2016 and February of 2017, I miscarried. I was drinking 5 to 7 bottles of wine a week. I could not sleep without drinking. I gained 40 pounds back between September and February. I had not completed more than 1 workout a week in that period of time. I was eating boxes of macaroni and cheese at a time, like 1 full box of macaroni and cheese. I lost every single one of my diamonds. And back in February of 2017, I was an Emerald coach after being in 3-star qualification. And you could say that was a time where I decided I was going to give up on everything, pretty much. If you guys don't follow my story and you don't know anything about me, I got into a relationship with another man while I was married. I separated from my husband for 8 months in 2017. He moved to Virginia while I was still living in North Carolina trying to sell our house. I moved to Virginia with him, and we lived separated under the same roof because we were too afraid to tell our children what was going on. So needless to say, the 5 to 7 bottles of wine became 2 bottles a day for me. And I was home, so I could. And life pretty much fell apart in 2017. September, which seems to be the month of all months of 2017, I found out that the man that I was seeing, that my husband knew about at this time, the man that I was seeing had actually been in a 3-year relationship, had never broken up with that woman, and he was living a double life, which was a godsend, because when everything hit the fan, I called my husband, who was out with my brother, and I said, I don't expect you to come running back to my arms. I have been the biggest jerk to you. I don't even know what I want from you, but I know that I need you to come to the house right now because everything has hit the fan and I have no idea what is going on in my life. And he came home from hanging out with my brother and sat on the kitchen floor with me from 9 p.m. until 2:30 a.m., crisscross applesauce facing each other, both of us bawling our eyes out, apologizing for everything that had been done over the last 10 years because it wasn't just me who was messing up. And we realized at that point that we had told all of our friends, my whole team, our parents, our brothers. We had never told our kids what was going on. They thought mommy and daddy were sleeping separately because daddy snored a whole lot, which is also true. We don't sleep separately. I tolerate the snoring now. And that was the moment we realized that God had protected us from telling our children that, because you cannot untell your children that. And we never had to. And from that night in September of 2017, we signed up to go to a family life weekend to remember marriage retreat that somebody had tried to get us to go to for free 1 billion times, and we said no thanks. We decided to go, and that was in October, and it was the first time I let my husband sleep in the same bed as me for almost a year. He didn't touch me. He was a gentleman. We weren't ready for that. And now here I am in 2019, and I have an incredible testimony. I've been sober since 11/2/2018, so a little over 280 days now. I have not had a sip of alcohol. I've lost 43 pounds in 2019 alone, recommitting to our fitness and nutrition plans. T20 was my lifesaver this year, you guys. It was the first program I finished since 2016 as a coach. None of my coaches actually quit on me. They dropped rank, but none of them left. So I still have my team. I still have my tribe, and we are rebuilding together on a firm foundation that when I was doing this before, I was doing it for me. And now that I'm doing it for my family and for God's glory and to bring people closer to him, he's blessing that every single day, slowly. It is a slow grow. And I've learned in this process of rebuilding myself, rebuilding my faith, rebuilding my family and my marriage, that I've had to rebuild trust with every single person around me. The people who are following me on social media, I went on like a mad, crazy bender in 2017. People who had followed me for 2 years probably like, who is this woman? Like, the most you would get out of me on social media was like, I have a migraine. I'm drunk again. Like, I was actually telling people that, you guys, what was wrong with me? I was drunk. That's wrong with me. And I started to slowly but surely rebuild trust last year. I started showing up again. I started telling my story really authentically. I was not trying to say, I'm super inspirational. I'm here to encourage you. I want to motivate you. Let's do a fitness program together. I was like, y'all, I have struggled. I have been hiding and only taking pictures from here up for a reason. So here I am in all of my 40-pound weight gain glory. Let's do this together. I am in the trenches with you. I am struggling. I don't want to do it alone. Take my hand. And you guys, it does not matter if you're not where you want to be with your weight. It doesn't matter if you have not lost a pound yet. It doesn't matter if you still haven't figured out if you like 2B Mindset, Morning Meltdown 100 Nutrition, Ultimate Portion Fix, Whole 30. I don't care if you haven't figured it out yet. You have to figure it out, period. You have to. But if you haven't figured it out yet, that does not make you any less of a coach, because people relate to real and they relate to the trenches. And it is sometimes so much more inspiring to say to somebody, I'm in this with you. I've got 40 pounds to lose. Let's rock this together, than being like, I have lost 100 pounds. I've done this, been there. I have nothing left to do except for tell you what to do. Like, good for you. You're not my person, because I want to punch you in the face. Like, love you, so proud of you, excited for you, but I could not work with a coach who isn't doing the things, and I could not work with a coach who's never struggled with anything before, or who paints a picture that they've never struggled before. So this year has been sharing my faith and sharing that literally God had to bring me like prostrate to face on the ground to realize that I couldn't do this alone. Like, he will not cut, like, I got like all these crosses all over me, you guys, because he doesn't come into your life and like micromanage and take over. He comes and he's invited. And when I finally got down on my knees and said, oh my God, I need you, he was like, okay, but you have to fall flat on your face first. And I did. And the only place to go was up from there. And you have got to be genuine about that. This is not your faith. Like, you don't have to talk about your faith. You don't have to talk about Jesus. You don't have to preach to everybody. If you've ever heard Summer Tucker, or do you know a preacher? But like, that's me. My spiritual gift is the exhortation, and I will get up on the mountaintops and exhort everything from sobriety to raising your children, to rebuilding your marriage, to making sure that you're swinging from the chandelier with your husband, to just being so authentic about who you are and never making yourself small or your story small, because you're not where you want to be. Because you will never get to where you want to be if you're not honest about where you are. And you will never get to where you want to be if you don't ask people to come alongside you, because we're not meant to do this alone. And as long as we keep hiding and trying to do it by ourselves, we're going to keep failing. That's what's so incredible about this community. My coach, when I dropped rank from 3-star qualifying to Emerald, she never once said, Kimberley, what are you doing? Where is your rank? Are you earning income? Like, what's even happening? She called me on the phone and she said, what do you need from me right now? How can I help you? Do you need me to pay for a babysitter so you can go on a date night? Like, what's going on in your life? Never once talked to me about my business. So I just fully believe in what we do as coaches as far as bringing people alongside of us and truly doing life together. I haven't seen over here what's happening. If anybody wants to unmute themselves, feel free to do that. Or Kelly, if you can shout out questions, if there's anything I need to answer. But you guys, personal development too was literally beside learning how to intentionally pray, which I didn't know how to do before. I was just like, hey, God, help me. Doing personal development on purpose instead of just doing it to check off a box on my business activity tracker became so incredibly powerful for me. And some of my favorite PD books were Present Over Perfect, The Badass Life by Christmas Abbott. And then I'm reading Slay Like a Mother right now, which was recommended by the author that spoke at our Super Saturday, this past Super Saturday. It's incredible. Slay Like a Mother. You guys should definitely check it out if you're a parent or if you ever want to be a parent. It's all about women who have these inner demons. We all do, right? She calls them your dragon, and she gives you these very tangible tools to slay that inner dragon every single day. And just like, it's mastering your mean girl, right? But it's like more grown up version of that. And raising two girls like I am, it's really important to me that not only do I teach them, they do Ultimate Portion Fix with me, my 10 and 7-year-old. We do the weekly prizes when they track their food, and it's so powerful. And people are like, why are you doing that with your kids? They don't need to lose weight. And I'm like, no, but they also don't need to struggle when they're 18 to 29 like I did, because being a girl is hard enough. Like, being a girl is hard. And being a girl chasing after Jesus is really, really hard. And being a girl chasing after Jesus who doesn't love herself, that's not what I'm building. So my why is seriously my kids. I mean, it's me. I love myself now, which I can truly say I never did before. And you cannot fully love your spouse if you don't fully love yourself first, because you have nothing to give them if you hate yourself when you wake up. So I fully love myself. I still have about 20 pounds to go. I'm not where I'm going yet, but I'm going there. Every single day I'm working on me. I have slip-ups. I eat ice cream. I don't drink alcohol at all. But I have found a good balance for myself. And I've realized in this process of being truly in love with who I am and how I'm doing things, it means my business is going to grow more slowly. I'm not going to have recognition every single week about 3 and 4 and 5-star qualification and my second business center going elite, and any business center going elite this year anyways. And I'm not going to have 20 coaches joining me a month, and I'm not going to hit Success Club 55. And I'm also probably not going to lose that 20 pounds in the next 2 months. Things are happening more slowly for me now because I've found the foundation on which I want to build my business. And I've realized not everybody's my person, because not everybody's comfortable with the way that I want to do things, with authenticity and genuine relationships and truly loving people and getting to know them and loving them exactly where they are, and adding people to my team page that are okay with me sharing prayer. And, you know, I used to recruit just to recruit, and I built a house of cards. And like Kelly said, you guys have a firm foundation now, a strong foundation of your team. That's because Kelly is a leader who's not afraid to share who she is and what she believes in. And that means that even if you don't believe in the same things, you're cool with how she runs things. And that's what I want. I don't necessarily need everybody to believe what I believe, but I do need everybody to be cool with what I believe and be cool with me talking about it and leading that way. Lead Like Jesus is another amazing book, and 52 Weeks with Jesus. But Lead Like Jesus helps me really stay like a rock in the way that I lead my team and the way that I build relationships with people, because I'm not doing it just to do it. This isn't a numbers game for me anymore. This isn't a luck game. I don't play the placement lottery. I just build based on loving people. And if I say 2-star for the rest of my life and have a team of people that I love doing life with, I am totally okay with that, as long as I keep making money while I'm doing it, because also that's a good thing. I don't know if there's anything else specific. If anybody has any questions, I could talk forever because I don't get to talk to grown-ups very much, but
Girl, this is so good. I was writing, like I couldn't write fast enough, but I love that I love a lot of what you said, but I love where you said don't make your story small because you're not where you want to be. Like that's huge because I think there's an imposter syndrome that we think we have to have it all perfect, and um no. You know what I mean? Because we're not perfect. That I think that that one, and just slow growth is good growth. I am 100% the same. Like I have to sometimes guard my heart when I see a lot of people rank advancing faster because there's a tendency to feel like I'm behind, I'm behind, I'm behind. But when you look at where you are in your vision, it's clarification of no, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Like I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And that doesn't mean you don't grow. It's just your pace, and I love that you said that. I wanted to ask you, what would you say are your like non-negotiables for what you do on a daily basis? Because I feel like everybody's different and everybody does things different. And I love like obviously PD and sharing, but it's not just you share and then all of a sudden everyone's beating down your door. So can you share like some things that have helped you to have that growth at your pace, just for, coaches that are like, I think they're always looking for what do people do because they're just curious. Like what would you say your non-negotiables are?
Okay, so the first thing I do in the morning, as soon as my alarm clock goes off, before I work out or anything, before I energize, I pray. And I've learned how to intentionally really pray over really big things and really small things. And I start with my marriage and then my children, and then I cover my team. And then I cover all of the women who have not come yet to my team, but that are meant for me, that God has planned for me. And that's been really, really powerful because my success partner who I run my team alongside does that too. And when we come together in prayer over our team, it's incredible what we see in such a short period of time. So that's my number one every single day. Working out with my husband is number two on my list. Before PD, like I'm going to start crying. Making time for him is something I never did. And we've been married for 13 years and I never did it until this year. And I have so much power in our marriage, so much power. So my relationship with him is first after my relationship with God. And I try to form my day in that direction, exactly the way it's supposed to be. God, spouse, children, and it goes in that order for us. So our workout is really our first interaction of the day, and it's really great that we do that together. I share our workout every single stinking day. If I look really, really fluffy that day, I share it. If I look awesome, I share it. If my husband's shirt comes up and his belly's flopping out, I share it. Like, we don't censor anything. I work out in my sports bra every single day, not to show off, but for my own accountability and because I want to look back and see how far I've come. And I have a lot of loose skin because I've lost 83 pounds. So when I do burpees, you better believe there's skin all over the place, but you can follow me if you want to see that. And then between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., I'm completely unplugged. And that's when I am with my kids and getting them to school and doing everything that I need to do. And then the first thing I do is invite. The very first thing I do when I sit down to my computer is invite. And it's terrifying still. 4.5 years later, it's absolutely terrifying. I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who to invite first. And I just sit down and I kind of figure it out. And my best advice for inviting is to post your life. I post 2 times a day on social media, once a day on Instagram, twice a day on Facebook, morning and evening. I find that between 7 and 8 a.m. is a great time to post, and between 8 and 9 p.m. is a great time to post. That's for me and my tribe and my people. You've got to find your time. I share 10 to 15 slides-ish on Instagram stories every single day. So I'm constantly putting up some sort of content that's not a shake in people's faces, but I'm always putting up some sort of content. So I have a group of people who are either watching, following, comment, liking, that I can circle back around to. Some of them may have been invited 70 to 11 bajillion times. And if they are still watching me and still wasting their time showing up on my Instagram stories every single day, you better believe that they have another conversation with me, or else I'm going to tell them, go build your own empire, or like have sex with your husband, or hang out with your kids on the trampoline. Stop watching my stories if you want nothing from me, or go like watch TRL or TLC or whatever real life housewives. Like my story's not that funny. So anyways, that's where I get my invites from mostly. I try to have like one post a week on Facebook that is completely not having to do anything with anything. You guys love giving you advice. They love it. They don't care that you have a challenge group. They don't care that you have a team that they can join. They don't care that you are going on a 5-star retreat vacation fully paid for by Carl Zeichler. They care what color you're dyeing your hair and which pair of jeans you're going to buy. So much they care. So it's great. Like the more they comment on your jeans post in the fitting room and the more they tell you which mascara to buy and which haircut to get, the more you bump up in everybody else's newsfeed. So girlfriend, go out there and get that crazy advice from people. Like you can even go out there and put up some posts where you don't even ask for advice and people will love to give it to you anyways. So if you guys haven't seen my story or my post tonight about my child's homework drama, I think there's like 282 comments on there and I was not even expecting to get anything except for you poor thing. But whatever. So you better bet those people are going to get a message from me tomorrow. And that's part of my invite process too. Before I I'll have like 10 people that I feel like, they're ready. It's time. Either from my stories or a recent Facebook post. And they get a straight invite. And then the rest of that time sitting down in my first chunk of time, which is usually between 9 and 10 or 9 and 11 a.m., whether, depends on what I have on my schedule that day. I connect with the people who have 280 people who want to feel bad for me about my homework situation. I will send them a message tomorrow and thank every single one of them for weighing in on this stressful drama and ask them if they have any advice for me on how I can possibly lighten the load on my poor 7-year-old. And we will start building a relationship. And in like 3 to 4 weeks, they're getting an invite too. Not because they're a number, but because by then we will be doing life beside each other already, right? We'll have connected over something that we can really, really relate to each other on. And I'm going to keep kindling that relationship over the next week or two. And they'll know that I have something that they can join. So the first chunk of my day is invites and connections. On Mondays, I check in on my current challengers. I just shoot them all like a copy and paste message. It's a different message every week, but it's a copy and paste message. And it's like, hey girl, did you stay on track over the weekend? Tell me what your plan is for the week. Let me see your menu. What questions do you have? What kind of accountability do you need this week? On Tuesdays, I check in on coaches and I check my back office to make sure I can take care of any possible inactivity that might be going on and check to see if I need to go in like hustle mode for anything. And then on Wednesdays, I don't have anything specific other than like the regular invite connection. So on Wednesdays during the time that I would normally be doing check-ins is when I really go on Instagram and I start building relationships with my current followers. I am so much more focused on building relationships with the eyes that are already on me than I am concerned about getting more eyes on me. You guys are out there worried about getting more followers and getting more people to see you. I have 3,106 people looking at my Instagram and I don't know, but maybe like 100 of them. So I don't need to be worried about getting 20,000 followers because I need to worry about the 3,000 people that are already investing their time in me. So I use my Wednesdays to kind of like go like and comment and get to know those people and message them behind the scenes and see what it is that they're here for, what they relate to and what I can add more to for them. Thursdays, I do recognition. Rank advancements, team volume, just shout out coaches or challengers that are doing an awesome job and engaging in our challenge groups and our team, doing awesome things, stepping up, helping with running challenge groups, that kinds of stuff. And then Friday, I don't have anything other than my regular like challenge group check-in, invite, connect, and I take Friday afternoon off with my family. I don't work at all between 3 p.m. on Friday till bedtime. We have horseback riding. It's like mommy time, date night, all that kind of stuff. And then really on Saturday and Sunday, you guys, I focus on getting those 2 posts up. One post is always lifestyle, life, family, whatever. And then another post is always somehow related to coaching or my journey or a challenge group. So I try to keep it really balanced in that way, and I'll switch it up. So sometimes the morning is the journey post and the afternoon is the lifestyle post. And then sometimes I flip it around so it's not like robotic. And I have team calls on Sunday nights, and I worship at my church 2 weekends a month. So
This is so good, y'all. You know what I love? Okay, number 1, I love how you keep it in priority order. And number 2, y'all, do you see how it's simple? Like, because I think sometimes it's good to hear how she's taken the recipe but made it her method, like to fit her day so that she's not on her phone all day and she's not on her computer all day, but she doesn't not do it every day. You know what I mean? And like, I love like the time of, you know, like writing these things down. I love what you're writing down because it's like, oh yeah, because some of these things are how I do them, some of them are not. I love the thought of going through the current followers on IG that you have once a week. Not, you know what I mean? And I think we get like paralyzed, but the key is like prayer, workout, sharing, and then being intentional with your connecting, you know, and it's the consistency over time that is going to pay off. And I just love how she's chunked things on certain days. And so know that, like, be inspired by what she shared and then figure out your method. You know what I mean? Someone asked, oh, you typed it in, get your Instagram handle. That is so good. Do you guys have any other questions? This was so helpful. I think it's just so good to hear people's stories and then how they're doing it. And like, because we can insert ourselves. Everyone here probably had some piece of Kimberly's story that related to them in some way, even though we all walk completely different paths. Like there's things you said that I'm like, yeah, like I can identify with that. Like, and I love how, you know, like taking that time to just love on the people you have and not be ashamed of what you're called to do. And I love watching, like, so Jessica's Turner's your success partner, right? Yeah, I love watching you guys share together, and just what you're doing is really powerful. And I just want to thank you for taking the time to be here tonight. Megan said just gives her so much hope. Y'all, what I love about this is, like, this is something I'm going to tell you that's been a huge game changer for me, and I've coached for 6 years. I'm not an extrovert as much as I like to pretend I am. I'll just hang out with them and then pretend that that's the extroverted in me. But I have learned so much from going up to coaches and saying, can I hear your story? Or will you tell your story? Or will you come on our call? So if you have a coach that you're following and you want them to speak on our team, just message me and say, hey, can I? But because like Sarah Kroger can tell you go to Summit with me. I'm like, oh, that's so-and-so. And I heard their story. Oh, that's person. And I know their story because I connect with stories. I mean, I'm an Enneagram 2, which is probably why. But it's because it's year 7. So stories, like, they show you what's possible. If it happened for that person, it's not proof you can't. It's proof you can. And what I love is how you talked about, you know, the Lord will bring you to what he wants this business to be. And when I get caught up even today with just having a mixed emotional day, I remember very vividly this year at some point being in my room and feeling like I never, ever, honestly, ever wanted to quit, but having this moment in my mind where I'm like, am I even doing this? Like, am I even doing this? It wasn't even a bad day. It was just, and I felt really like the God was like, because I want you to do, like, you're not going to quit. Like, don't quit. Like, I felt like he was like, no, you can't, like, I want you to do this. Like, cause and when you're, you know, wherever you are in your faith, like, he will use this business to transform your marriage. He will use this business to transform your motherhood. He will use this business to carry you through hard times and to financially bless your family, which is why I feel like it's the best business out there. Like, I just do. I mean, I feel bad when I meet people because in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to ask them right away, but I'm like, gosh, I just want this person on my team. Like, you know what I mean? Because I just want them to have this. And I think sometimes we're afraid because, you know, it is growth, and growth is not comfortable. And I just love how you shared tonight, and I appreciate your time so much. So much goodness, y'all. So does anyone have any other questions before we
I do, of course. I mean, it's been 20 whole minutes and I haven't said anything. So Kimberly, I would love it if you would speak a little bit to what you say to yourself when those negative voices start popping up again, because it is faulty that people think I'm going to get good enough at personal development and I'm going to grow enough that then I will no longer have those negative thoughts. I will have transcended this, whether it's feeling like a fraud or feeling like embarrassment or worried or nervous or scared or whatever. And like there's Brad Bizjack talks about it, but so does Bob Heilig and all these people. I would love to hear what you say to yourself, how you pull rank on that when that kind of stuff pops up, because you don't get over it. You don't get to the point where you stop hearing those voices, but how you handle it now and what you do right in the moment when that stuff pops up again.
For sure. And it does, like every single stinking day. What you were saying, like, don't get over it. If any of you guys are teachers or have young children, that was reminding me of going on a bear hunt. You can't go over it. You can't go under it. You have to go through it. Read that in Montessori all the time, but you have to, right? And so the tool that I learned from The Badass Life by Christmas Abbott was, you have got to remind yourself how far you've come. And I tell myself all the freaking time, like, you still have weight to lose. You've been here for 4.5 years. People are not going to take you seriously. You still have fat flapping all over the place when you do workouts. Like, what's going on, or don't post that. Nobody's going to take you seriously, or people are sick of hearing your story. And I tell that story to myself all the time. My mean girl is loud. Her name is Felicia, so I can keep saying bye to her. But the number one thing I tell myself, I have a picture of my transformation on my phone in a favorite, and it is the only picture there. And I update it every time I take a new like after photo. And I know that this is so much of a mental transformation, but your mental gets so stuck in your physical. And when I have a physical transformation the way that I do, I'm able to look at that and be like, damn, girl, like, you are not where you are going yet, but look at how far you have come. And look at every single thing you have overcome to get here. Like, I am totally qualified to be taking other women's hands and mentoring them on bettering their life. And when I became qualified to do that? The day I said yes, because that was the day I said, like, I saved my life on that day. When I was 223 pounds and on all of those medications, I said yes, and I took a step that I hadn't taken the day before, and that day I became a leader. I became a life changer, even if my life was the only one that was changed, and I became somebody that you could trust because I never freaking give up. I never give up. And if you are still here on day 2 or day 6 or month 6 or year 6, you did not give up. If you fell flat on your face and you're here, you didn't give up. The fall is not what defines you. The getting up does. So I tell myself that all the time. Girl, you got up. And like 90% of people won't get up.
That is so good.
You got up. Sarah, you're here.
That is so good.
Another thing I wanted to say that's completely unrelated is if you start a program and you hate it, start another program that you love. And also, if you bought 2B Mindset and paid $1 million for it, and then you gained like 40 pounds because you use your accessories too much, buy the Ultimate Portion Fix. And if you bought the Ultimate Portion Fix and you feel like somebody stuck your sapphire butt in a spreadsheet, buy the 2B Mindset. Like, seriously, you guys, it is okay to try our programs and fail and say that did not work for me. You don't get to say it didn't work. It didn't work for you. I lost 24 pounds in 6 weeks of the 2P mindset, and then I gained 18 of it back because cheese is a really awesome accessory.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. It's so good. I loved it. I was like, oh, treat, not cheat, 6 times a week. Woohoo! Like, I loved the 2P mindset until I was treat, not cheating. And I was like accessorizing everything. And I loved dancing to size and country heat because I'm a cheerleader. Can you tell? 17 years of cheerleading. I don't know if you can tell. Maybe you can. 17 years of cheerleading. But oh my gosh, I don't lose weight when I dance around my living room. Some people do. I don't. I got to pick up something heavy and put it back down and then pick it up again. So like, that's something that I learned the hard way. Like, you do not have to fall in love with every single thing that we have available. And it is okay if something we have that you paid $160 for and you are mad that you paid $160 and it did not work for you. You are mad. And you are mad at your coach because your coach told you it would work. Girl, we don't know what's going to work for you. You don't know what's going to work Pam next door. You're just trying really, really hard. And if you fail at it, we have another tool that's like completely the opposite. Whatever it is. Dance doesn't work. You're like, I'm not excited about bar. I'm going to do it because I got to launch a program, but I'm not excited about it. And it's probably not going to make me lose weight, but it might make me long and lean. It might make me, my 4'11" self turn into 5'6". Who knows? I'll try everything once. Just own that, like, if something doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean it's a failure and that it didn't work at all. And it's not going to work for Pam next door. It's not a crappy program. It's not a crappy tool. You just need something different. That's okay. I've done every single nutrition plan ever created in life.
Yeah, that's true. It's like not one size fits all. You have to figure out what the right fit is, for sure.
If you feel like you're in prison, it's not the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's so good. So good. Thank you. And I love what you asked, Sarah. That's really good too. About what you say and having it in front of you. I like that you save your progress photo. You guys, everyone should take a transformation photo that reminds you, like we have a lot of mamas that just had babies. So take your last one from your last postpartum and put that where you get to see it to remind you. And I found after each kid, I actually loved my body more the next time it came back, because there was a woman who just signed up with me today. She's pregnant with her first. And I said, she's like, I'm just nervous. And I said, I was terrified, but I'll tell you, I love my body a heck of a lot more now when I see what it did and then what it came back to than I ever, honored it before. Yeah, so I love it. I love it. So good, y'all. Oh my gosh. So good. Thank you so much for being here. We always usually close in prayer. But before I do, we could all take a fun photo and then we could, post that on Instagram. So, everybody.
I love when I have new coaches on a call and I'm like, hold on, don't go anywhere. We have the thing.
Yeah. I know, right? So
make sure it didn't happen.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, everybody smile. Okay. Now we can pray. Thank you so much for your time. This was so good. So good. So many nuggets, y'all. So good. Okay, let's pray. Heavenly Father, I am so grateful for Kimberley. I am so thankful for her witness, Lord, her walk. God, the way that she has come tonight to share her testimony and what you have done in her life through this opportunity, I pray that it inspires each of us to trust you even more with our business and to let go of the fears and worries and insecurities that hold us back from stepping into serving others the way you're calling us to. God, I pray that Kimberly's business continues to flourish, that she and Jessica's team just explodes with your light. Lord, that you just continue to pour into them and to their coaches and their challengers and the women that they will serve. And I just give so much thanks that in the Team Beachbody community and culture, we have teams, Lord, that are really leaning into you to be a light to this whole community. God, I pray for our team that you would just inspire those tonight and those listening to have the courage to pick up their pen and write their story so that your light can shine through their health journey, their nutrition journey, their personal growth journey, their marriage journey, whatever they're walking right now, Lord, you're with them. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to serve alongside with these women. I'm so grateful for the way my life has changed, God, because you have brought women into my life. And I just ask, Lord, that you would guide us, that you would bless us, and also, Lord, that you would teach us to receive your blessings, that you would teach us to be open to the growth that you have for us, that you would help us, Lord, to just have a holy confidence that's humble and that hustles and that just shines. And I just give you so much thanks and gratitude, God, for all of the good that you have done and all of the good that you will do this year, today, tomorrow, all the way through. And I just give you all the glory as we offer all of these things in your most holy name. Amen. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I will send you the recording too in case you'd like to share this with your team. You are amazing. You are a gift. Seriously, a witness in so many ways. I'm so grateful for your time. You guys have an amazing night. Thanks for being here. Take care.